welcome y'all to the show. Welcome. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to KAMMA. I'm Khalil Deal.
I'm Andy O.
We are KAMMA, about to talk about UFC 301. This is going to be an amazing card here in Brazil. I can't wait to get into this. We're talking about the prelims first, and then we'll talk about the main card afterwards. This card looks amazing so far, man.
A whole bunch of prelims to get to. I think this card is underrated by a lot of people out there, and it should be fun.
Oh yeah, it looks amazing, man. Like I know 300 was sick, and it's going to be hard to beat that, but this one is looking good. So just going through the card quickly, we got Alessandro Costa versus Kevin Borges, Ismael Bonfim against Vink Pichel, Dion Barbosa against Ernesta Caracate, Mauricio Ruffi against Jamie Malarkey, Joaquim Silva, Drakkar Klose, Gene Silva against William Gomes, Elvis Brenner against Miktebek Oralbai, Karolina Kowalkiewicz against Yasmin Lucindo, and then Joe Anderson Brito against Jack Shore. So that is the prelims. Let's start it off, NDO. First fight, we're going to talk about Alessandro Costa and Kevin Borges.
All right, beautiful. This fight, I'm glad they're starting out this card with this fight here because this should be really crazy. Both these guys are young, up and coming. I have to stick with the Peruvian here, Kevin Borjas. I think he's gonna come out better than he looked the last time. I think his movement, lateral movement, and just movement in general is gonna make it harder for Costa to get those takedowns that he wants to get this fight. And the volume side, Borjas is going to get the advantage there for me. And also, he's tough as nails, as they usually are. Also, I heard through the grapevine, I don't know if you heard about this, that Kevin Borjas, back in Peru, to improve on his cardio for this fight, ran around Lake Titicaca backwards, just to improve his cardio. The whole thing backwards in one shot. That's it, man. So, yeah, I'm looking for a Borjas win, but very close fight, and I say decision.
Okay, so we are in disagreement to start off the prelims here. I am going with Alessandro Costa. This fight is literally going to be a grappler versus striker. I know Kevin Borjas is from Peru, like our boy Javier, but yo, man, I got to go with Alessandro Costa. This is a grappler versus striker type of situation, man. And Alessandro Costa is a very good grappler, very good wrestler. He's a very well-rounded fighter. We can see here that Borges has a 1-inch height advantage, the reach advantage as well, a 1-inch reach advantage there for Borges. But Alessandro Costa's got the grappling, man. He's got the takedowns and he's got the wrestling, which is what's going to help him to win in this fight. Kevin Borges, in his last fight against Joshua Van took him down many times, and he was able to get the win over him.
And but Costa is not kind of like the in-your-face, crazy kind of pressure, like to get your guy tired out, like Joshua Van is. Keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, it's just the fact that he got taken down easily by Joshua Van. I have a feeling that Costa, since he's got really good takedowns and really good Brazilian jiu-jitsu and good wrestling there, I think he's going to be able to get the grappling going and take Kevin Borges down, just like Joshua Van was able to do and get the win here. So I got Costa winning in this one. And I have him winning by, I'm going to say he does have 6 submissions, 4 knockouts, 3 decisions. I think he's going to get him on the ground, and possibly he could get a finish, I think, maybe by submission or win by decision here. So I got sub or decision here, I think, in this one. All right, moving on up the card. We have Ismael Bonfim against Vink Pichel. For this one, I got to go with Ismael Bonfim, and I'm going with the younger guy here. Vink Pichel, the guy's 41 years old. We're talking 28 years old for Bonfim, 41 years old for Vink Pichel. Vink Pichel is tough. He's a well-rounded fighter. He's got grappling. He's got striking. He's a very good striker. We've seen these Bonfim brothers. They're really, really good. Vink Pichel is also very good too, but he's just. I feel he's just too old now, man. I think he's just done. Vink Pichel from hell. I think he's done, and I think that the youth, fighting in Brazil, he's going to be at home. He's got grappling, striking. He's powerful. He's stronger. I just think he's going to be too much for Vink Pichel to be able to beat him here. So I got Ismail Bonfim winning in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree here. Vince Pichel is he's gritty and tough, right? More of a stand-up guy. I'm gonna have to go with the 12-year younger guy here, Ismail Botham. He really has just a lot more ways to win, I think. On top of that, when I was trying to find any kind of way to pick Vince Pichel here, I noticed that he's not really a submission guy and he doesn't really look for subs. And both them here, he got sub 4 times for his only 4 losses, right? So there's kind of a path to victory for him. The later in this fight goes, the better it is for Vink Pichel, I think. But ultimately, I don't think it's going to get that far. I think both them puts him away.
Yeah,
Probably.
and I don't
Yeah.
know how he's going to win. I'm going to say money line on this one because he's got so many different ways to win.
Oh, yeah. But you give us a prediction anyway.
Bonfim, the guy's got 9 knockouts, 4 submissions, 6 decisions. So, and Vink Pichel, he's lost in his 3 fights. He lost in each way. He lost by knockout, he lost by sub, and he lost by decision. So,
I'm going to go with knockout for both them.
I think Bonfim, yeah, maybe knockout or a decision in this one here. All right, moving on up the card. It's your turn. Let's go, Andy O.
Okay, so here we got a first ladies fight. Dion Barboza against Ernesta. Uh, I tried this many times, couldn't really get it right. Didn't want to get it horribly wrong, so I'm just gonna go with Carrot Cake. Carrot Cake here, she's super aggressive and she brings it, she comes out swinging. One thing for certain is she's going to get more volume in this fight. And I think she's going to be able to be a little harder to take down than some may believe here. She's also going to be significantly taller here, even taller than it suggests on topology at a 3-inch advantage for Ernesta here. I think it'll be a bit more than that. And I think even if she gets her down a couple times, I think she's probably going to be able to get up, or at least I hope so. And if she doesn't do much damage down there, I think Ernesta, along with her volume, is probably going to be able to out damage her as well. So since the judging has been looking more towards damage, as they should be, I'm going to have to go with Ernesta, although I realize that it's really grappler versus striker, and it could be over if she gets her down pretty quick. I hope not. I don't think so, and I like the line, so I'm going with Ernesta. Dion Barbosa has proven nothing so far, and she's not deserving of a line for that, like that. I don't think.
Oh, well, again, we're in disagreement. I got to go with Dion Barbosa on this one, man. I love to go for the grapplers, the Brazilian. I'm telling you, this card is in Brazil, so a lot of these Brazilian fighters are going to get the victory in this one, man. So be on the lookout for a lot of Brazilian fighters to win. I'm definitely going for Dion Barbosa because of the grappling and her wrestling skills. She's also a very good striker. She's got some good kicks. She's got some good punches. Ernest is also pretty decent as well. But I think that because of the takedowns there, Dion Barbosa is just going to be able to get her down on the ground, do her thing on the ground, maybe get a ground and pound or a submission on the ground. She's very, very good at takedowns. And Ernesta, I don't believe, is that good at the takedown defense. She's more of a striker and tries to keep the fight on the feet. So I just don't think that she's going to be able to stay on the feet against Dion Barbosa. Dion Barbosa is a little bit older too. She's got more, uh, 6 years difference there, and she's fought just a couple more fights than Ernesta. But
What she been doing? 6 years older, you said.
yeah, she's 6 years
6 years
older.
older, 6-2, and the same amount of fights.
Yeah, well, she's got 8 fights. Ernesta's got 6 fights. But yeah, no, I got Dion Barbosa to get the win here. By the way, Barbosa did face Josiana Nunes, who's really, really good. and she actually beat Karine Silva, who we saw dominate the last week in the card there. So she did beat Karine Silva in 2019. So I got to go for the.
Yeah, I saw that too, but that was more in the midst of like Carini Silva's 8 losses. So I don't know if that's a great win at that point in time, but I get it's worth
Well,
mentioning,
Karine
you know.
Silva, man, and she got a win on her. She's also faced Josiana Nunez. Again, two fighters that are in the UFC. Ernesta Caracate hasn't really fought anyone in the UFC or any UFC fighters that are now in the UFC. So she's fought a bunch of cans. So I'm going to go with Dion Barbosa here. I think she's going to be stronger. I think she's going to be better on the feet, better on the ground, and we'll take her down here. All right,
Okay.
moving on up the card, we are at Mauricio Ruffy against Jamie Malarkey. What a bunch of malarkey. I
Little
gotta go for Mauricio Ruffy, man. Jamie Malarkey's done. I think he's on the decline now. He's lost 2 of his last 5 fights. Mauricio won 4 of his last 5. Again, another Brazilian fighter I got here winning here with Mauricio Ruffy. I think he's going to be stronger. He's also going to be. He's got the power. Mauricio Ruffy they call him one shot because all it takes is one shot from him and you're out. So I think he's going to knock out Jamie Malarkey. Jamie Malarkey has been knocked out a lot recently. He's been getting a lot of damage on him in his last few fights here. So I think it's time for Mauricio Ruffy here to get the win, and Malarkey, I think he's on his way out. I got to go with Mauricio Ruffy. Jamie Malarkey just doesn't seem to have it anymore.
Yeah, I think we're just about done with the malarkey around these parts, eh? Uh, Malarkey, definitely chitty at this point. Look, he still can look good at points in the fight, but the second he gets hit a little too hard for his liking, he's not the same. And not to mention he leaves himself open for smash shots as well that just knock him flat. This is the wrong guy to be facing, I think, with Ruffy. It's going to remain a stand-up fight, and Ruffy has, as you mentioned, just crazy power, and I think it's gonna wind up as a knockout. I think Malarkey's done. I think this may be his last fight in the UFC, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Jamie Malarkey just got knocked out by Nasrat Haqparast in his last fight.
Who
It's
doesn't knock out anybody?
You know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, Mohammadjan Naimov knocked him out as well a couple fights ago. Jalen Turner knocked him out. Fares Ziam knocked him. No, Fares Ziam won by decision. So he has been knocked out. Out of his 7 losses, 5 of them he lost by knockout, 2 by decision. So I got Mauricio Ruffy winning by knockout here. I just think the chin is done on Jamie Malarkey here.
Okay, so next up we have Joaquim Silva against Jakar Close. So my pick here is Jakar Close. I think he's a more well-rounded fighter. Uh, he could even like pull out a takedown here and there. Not that he's the best at it, but at least he still tries. And you can't say about some guys with a higher wrestling pedigree than him. Uh, Silva, I don't think he's all that great. He's like a bodybuilder guy that has a lot of power, but I'm telling you, the later this fight goes on, the more those big, strong arms are going to go lower, 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 and lower. I wouldn't be surprised if Close knocks him out late, but I predict a decision win for Close here.
Yeah, we are in agreement with this one finally here. I am going with Drakkar Close as well. I think that he's just better on the feet and he's got some very good kicks. He's good on the feet, good striker, very strong. He's very slick too, the way he moves in the ring, in the cage. He's got some good skills. Joaquim Silva does have some good BJJ. They call him Neto BJJ. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You got to watch out for that. But Drakkar Close can fend off the takedowns. Close is very very good as well. He can hold his own on the ground. He has never been subbed, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that. Yeah, never been subbed. He's only been knocked out once and lost by decision. So very, very good fighter, Drakkar Close, and it's going to be hard for Joaquim Silva to get a sub on him. I think that in the scramble, Silva might get successful at taking him down a couple times, but he'll get right back up. Drakkar Close can get back up. His get-up game is good. But I think he's going to have he's going to be the better striker, the more technical striker. He'll land more punches on Joaquim Silva, maybe even get him out of there. But I do think that he's going to win for sure in this fight here. I got him winning by KO or decision for sure here.
Okay.
All right, moving on up the card, we have Elvis Brenner against Mikitebek
No,
Orolbai.
no, we got Gene Silva and Gomez, I think.
No,
No?
that's not yet. It's
Oh,
Elvis Brenner against Mikitebek Orolbai, which is the next fight here, and it's
oh,
your turn.
sorry. Okay. All right. So yeah, here I got to roll with Oral By. I think he's really good and he can go places here. Look, I love the tenacity and the dog in Bretter, but I don't think he'll be able to survive the systematic onslaught of Oral By here, which will see him eventually get him down and work in that sub. I think it's kind of like destiny here with Oral By to get a sub. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I like Mikitebek Orolbai as well, man. I think this guy is he's crazy. We saw how he fought the last time when he fought Euros Medic, who we just saw win in the last card, and he was amazing. He's amazing on the ground. He's got crazy submissions. He's got crazy ground game and grappling. He's very good. I got to go with Miktabek Orolbai here as well to beat Elvis Brenner. Elvis Brenner is good too. I think he's going to be actually a very good dog, Elvis Brenner. So we got to look out for that. But I think that Motobek, I think they call him Orolbai, is going to get the win. And I think you were right. William Gomes was the other fight that I had missed here.
So what I have a topology,
Yeah. Sorry about that. So we did
okay.
skip a fight. Might have to add that back here. I have to add that fight in here.
Just take over with that fight after you're done with Orba here.
Totally forgot about that fight. That's my bad. I didn't put that fight in there. So we'll talk about that fight right away. Getting into that, we'll get into that fight right after. So we made a little boo boo there, little mix up there. But yeah, going back to the previous fight that we were talking about here, Elvis Brenner and Miktabek. I got to go with Miktabek, man. I just think he's way better on the ground. And if he takes Elvis Brenner down, it's over for him. All right, so now we'll talk about the fight that we just skipped, which is William Gomes and Gene Silva. Who do you got here?
Yeah, me here. I have to go with Gene Silva here.
What?
He's yeah, I'm definitely going with Gene Silva here. I feel he's just a maniac in there. And Gomes again with these French guys that are apparently super good. They're just very low volume, and I don't like that. And Willem Gomes didn't really impress me at all with his fight last time. Just check to see who he was against here. Against sorry, no, that was a cancellation. In against Yanis Gamuri, where he did end up getting that win. But really, I think Gene Silva can really cause some problems for Gomes, especially if he's a little too patient in there. So that's the pick.
Yeah, I think you're right at the fact that Gene Silva is a killer out there. He does go out there and he goes out there and he's hardcore, and he's got a lot of pressure. He's really good. But Gomes
And he
fights
wants
very
to
smart.
impress the Brazilian fans, man, this time around too.
That's true. But Gomes is very smart fighter, very technical fighter, and he finds ways to win. He's going to have the 3-inch height advantage here in this fight, and also the reach advantage is a lot there. 4-inch reach advantage. Sorry, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's got a 5-inch height advantage. Sorry, my bad. So a 5-inch height advantage and a 4-inch reach advantage. I think that's going to be too much for Gene Silva. Gene Silva is a very good fighter, but Gomes with that height and reach advantage, with the fact that the way he fights, I think he's going to be able to make it a boring fight, and stay at distance. He's got good kicks to the groin, good kicks to the liver. He's got good striking from far. I
Hopefully,
think he'll be able to get the win here.
hey, if he gives one too many good kicks to the groin, Silva may win that way. So I guess that'll
Yeah,
be
well, not a low kick, but he's got kicks to the liver area is what I meant to say. Lower, he's got good low kicks there. But yeah, he'll be able to get the win, I think, in this one, just based on the way he fights, slowing down the fight, etc. All right.
Yeah, for Silva, yeah, it's a tough fight because I don't know. I think it's going to be hard to like lull Silva into that trap, but we'll see, man. That's what makes it a very compelling fight.
Yeah, both fighters undefeated in their last 5 fights, so we'll see. And they're around the same age too, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, moving on up the card, we got Carolina Kowalkiewicz against Yasmin Lucindo. For this one, who do you got? No, it's my turn. Yeah,
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
got Yasmin Lucindo in this one, man. Another Brazilian fighter. She's and again the old bitch, 38 years old, against the young girl at 22. That's a crazy age difference, man. We're talking 16 years difference, man.
At the same time, it's still women MMA kind of, but that is a lot, man.
It
That's a
is a
lot.
lot, and plus Lucindo's really powerful. She's got some good striking. She's got some good ground game, some BJJ. I got to go with Lucindo here.
Yeah, I was looking at Kowalczyk's record here, and remember she had that horrid 5 fight winning streak, losing streak, and I thought for sure with that loss to Jessica Panay it was over and she was going to get released. But she ended up turning it around, which is now a 4 fight winning streak. But that started off with a rematch against Felice Herrig, probably one of the worst of all time. Then a win against Silvana Gomez Juarez, then it win against Vanessa Demopoulos. And then Diana Belbita, which is like a win, a couple losses and a win type of fighter. So now she's back to facing like up and coming competition, hungrier competition. Like I like Carolina. In fact, she looks like she never should have been a MMA fighter. Just weirdness for me, like throughout the years. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Lucindo, man. I don't think it's gonna be an early fight. I think there's a good chance it goes to decision. So that may be a betting path because the line is just nuts. But I will be going with Yasmin Lucindo as my pick.
All right, we're agreeing. We're in agreement there. Nice. All right, moving on up the card now to the last fight of the prelims, the main event of the prelims: Joe Anderson Brito against Jack Shore. Look, Jack Shore is very tough, man. I'm not going to take anything away from the toughness of Jack Shore, but I got to go with Joe Anderson Brito, my man. This guy is from Brazil again. I'm telling you, man, a lot of Brazilian fighters are going to win this one. I got Joe Anderson Brito, just too powerful, too crazy in there, too many ways to win. The guy's amazing grappling, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, striking, you name it, he's got it. Jack Shore, more of a one-trick pony with the standing on the feet, the striking. Not as good as grappling as Joe Anderson Brito. Jack Shore is strong, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything with the ground game or wrestle Joe Anderson Brito. And even if he tries to take him down, he could put himself in a bad position to a submission. So I'm going with the Chuto box, Joe Anderson Brito in this one. Who you got?
Yeah, I got Anderson Brittle also. I think he's a savage. I think if it even ends up being on the ground, although he does have 9 subs, Jack Shore, I think the difference is just the tenacity and that animal in Brito. That, the way he goes for subs, he's looking to tear that limb off. He's looking to squish that larynx on a choke. I think he's insane, this guy. And one thing also I don't like about Jack Shore, he's very well rounded. He's good striking, right? Just good everywhere. But man, he's roly poly. Like he's the new Ben Askren in terms of roly poly, right? He looks like he didn't work out at all, didn't work the cardio, although I don't think the cardio is going to be a problem. I just don't like that, especially against a savage again like Joe Anderson Brito here. So that will be my pick. I feel pretty confident in that pick, actually.
Yeah, me too. I like and the fact that he just beat Jonathan Pierce in his last fight with that ninja choke. That was absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
He also got a knockout on Weston Wilson. He got a sub on Lucas Alexander. He knocked out Andre Feely. He lost the decision to Bill Algeo, but hey, Bill Algeo's amazing. He beat Diego Lopez, and you know how good
Yes.
Diego Lopez is, man. And he subbed the Diego Lopez, who's a submission specialist. So
And
it's
and,
going to be
and
a
that just
tough
shows
time
you
for Jack Shore,
you
man.
you got to keep your eye on, these guys that face like excellent competition out of the UFC, right? And that fight's one of the fights that did happen. I'd love to see
It was
that
at the
fight.
it was at the Dana White's Contender Series where
Oh,
he
it was.
where he
See,
told
that's why I didn't see it. I didn't watch Contender Series back at that time. I would like to see that fight now, man.
it was sick. So yeah,
Yeah.
Joe Anderson Brito is a beast, man. I can't see Jack Shore being able to beat this guy, man.
And he's 17-1, Jack Shore too, right? Like the slow build, slow burn. But yeah, I think it stops here, at least temporarily.
Yeah, I think the winning the 17 win stops here, man. It's going to be Joe Anderson Brito getting his 17th win
Yeah.
in this Brazilian card. So here we have it, folks. These are the prelims. These are the early predictions. We're going to talk about the main card in just a bit. Like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoy the video and let us know who you guys have.
Yeah. I'd like to welcome y'all to the show. Welcome.
All right, peace out, folks. KAMMA back at you for the main card.